You're watching Lifetime's Intimate Portrait of Belinda Carlisle. Lifetime's Intimate Portrait of Belinda Carlisle. It was 1976, and after a tense and rebellious childhood sparked by the abandonment of her father, 17-year-old Belinda Carlisle was now on her own. She was kicked out of her house after a huge fight with her stepfather. It was a relationship that would remain strained for years to come. Belinda had left, vowing she would become a star. She made Hollywood her new home.
I was really naive and had to learn a lot of things the hard way about sex and people. You know, it's a hard world out there once you leave. You know, you don't really realize that until you leave your parents' house.
I didn't have any idea what she had in mind for herself. She didn't either. No one does.
My real education started, life.
Belinda would begin her new life as a Carlisle, not as a Carlisle. She changed her name as soon as she left home. Her new house was located just off the Sunset Strip. It was an apartment nicknamed Disgraceland.
This is my bedroom at Disgraceland. I was very much into casting spells on boys, hence the altar.
This used to be an altar. I used to burn candles and stuff.
Disgraceland was like Animal House without John Belushi.
It was called such because it was a disgrace to walk into and see this place.
It looked like a landfill in a house. And it was because we were glamour girls and also insane slobs. The whole floor was filled with petticoats, spike heels, fishnets.
I collect things and never throw anything away.
Sparkly sweaters, leather jackets.
Everything is sort of like just piled up.
Wristbands, rhinestone earrings.
And I had to clean out the altar to make room for more crap that I bought.
Beer cans, underwear, fast food wrappers. It was a dump.
And it was a party 24/7.
My whole thing was experiencing and having a good time, and that was my attitude towards drugs. I wanted to try everything. I remember the first time that I did coke, and I liked it. I remember thinking, I wish I had the money to afford this. This is really good.
It would be a wish Belinda one day would come to regret. Just months after Belinda moved to Hollywood, a new sound would come to town as well. It was called punk rock. It would fill a void in Belinda's life.
It was a family that understood you, that encouraged you to be different, that was rebellious, was fun, liked to listen to the same music. I mean, it was my family.
And it would put her on the path to stardom. In May 1978, Belinda would meet Jane Wheadland at a party. Their lives would never be the same.
We were drinking beer, and everybody we knew was in a band, and it's like, okay, well, let's form a band. Okay, what do you want to do?
Do you play guitar? No, but I'll pick it up. And the only thing that was left for me was drums and singing, and I'm like I'm too lazy to play drums. So I thought, well, I might as well sing then.
I had never sung before, but didn't really matter back then because you didn't need to have any experience to be in a band. And in fact, that was sort of a prerequisite, is not knowing how to play.
I ended up singing, and it worked out.
Another friend, Margot Olivaria, picked up the bass. She was later replaced by Kathy Valentine, and Charlotte Cathy was recruited by Belinda to play lead guitar. And with the addition of Gina Schock on drums in 1979, the Go-Go's were born.
Hi, I'm Charlotte.
Hi, I'm Jane.
I'm Gina.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Belinda.
We were bonded by the fact that we all felt like freaks and that we didn't fit in.
We sort of been like going over different names. Nothing really seemed right. We went over, was it the Misfit was going to be, because that's how we sort of felt at the time. The Go-Go seemed to fit us, as far as we like to have fun and sort of uninhibited.
The Go-Go's practiced 7 nights a week, learning to play their instruments, while Belinda booked the gigs. Their first one in the basement of a porno theater.
Well, there was one punk club called The Math that was off of Hollywood Boulevard, and it was great. It was so much fun. We were something to see even back then, and In the very beginning, we were horrible, but everybody would come to see us because we were, girls on stage, and we were, horrifying.
Oh, no!
Great horrifying.
Oh, no. Thank you and thank you. Thanks for being patient.
All right, Ellen, let's make some noise. The Go-Go's!
They cut their first demo record, and one of its songs, We Got the Beat, became an instant underground hit, making the Go-Go's instant local celebrities, and Belinda more determined than ever to hit the big time. And in May 1980, she got the break she was looking for. The Go-Go's were invited to tour in England with the popular band Madness.
We thought that all we had to do was get to England, and then it would all happen for us.
But what Belinda got was a hardcore dose of reality.
There was always fights in the audience. They were spitting at us and, throwing bottles. And I remember nights being covered in spit. I mean, we had no money. We were digging out of trash cans to find leftovers from the other bands to eat. Still managing, with no money for food, to gain 40 pounds. So we, I guess there's a lot of beer consumed.
The tour polished their act and helped push We Got the Beat into the top 40 of the U.S. charts. Belinda and the Go-Go's came back from England bigger, but better than ever. But as the Go-Go's popularity grew, so did Belinda's frustration. It had been nearly 3 years since she first took the stage, and the Go-Go's were still without a record deal.
We were hot. We were good. Why can't the Go-Go's get signed?
I can remember her coming home and seriously crying out of frustration. I mean, just in anguish, what do we have to do?
It was like an egg that had to be hatched, and there was no nest around. There wasn't anybody willing to take them.
They said, we love you, but, you're female. You're female band.
But in 1981, a fledgling label would finally take a chance on Belinda and the all-girl group. The Go-Go's were signed to IRS Records.
Hi, we're the Go-Go's.
And I remember saying, we're going to be rich and famous one of these days.
But the spotlight would bring Belinda more than fame and fortune. It would bring her to her knees. Next, Belinda hits the big time and makes the boys blush.
Since we were rock stars, we took advantage of behaving like rock stars.
And later, the devastating scrutiny of the spotlight takes its toll on Belinda.
So I'd just start eating and wouldn't stop. And then starving for the rest of the week.
You're watching Lifetime's intimate portrait of Belinda Carlisle.